Okay, we're going to go over some basic comma rules here. So these are 3 rules that are easy to learn, and we'll give you some examples and then you can practice. Okay, rule number 1 is simply to place a comma between items in a series of 3 or more items. For example, if you say, I want to visit Las Vegas, we put a comma. The Grand Canyon, we put another comma before and Yellowstone National Park. And notice there are 2 commas in there. Now this rule is to simply put a comma after an introductory word, phrase, or clause. So let's look at these examples. An introductory clause would be before we go on vacation, and our comma would go right here. I want to check my list. Now, another introductory clause on the second example is because we forgot the sunscreen. We need to put a comma there. We had to buy some more. Now, if we turned that sentence around and we said we had to buy some more sunscreen because we forgot, then we would not need a comma before the because in the middle of the sentence. But if we started our sentence with an introductory phrase like because we forgot the sunscreen, then we would have to put the comma after that clause. The next example is an introductory date. In 2012, okay, we put the comma, the Summer Olympic Games will be held in London. Again, if we flipped it around and we said the Summer Olympic Games will be held in London in 2012, there would be no comma. After winter, again, introductory phrase here, the warm sun feels great. Now what you'll notice on these is words like before, after, or if you start your sentence with other words like when or if, then those words begin a sentence with a dependent clause, and you're going to want to use a comma after your introductory clause. Now our third rule is to place a comma between two complete thoughts joined by and, but, or so. Okay, we're going to look at our third rule. Place a comma between two complete thoughts joined by and, but, or so. I like to cook fresh pasta, and I like to grill fresh fish. So we have a comma before our and because we have two complete thoughts, or two independent clauses, those are called. On our second example, we would see my friends like to come over to my house for dinner, so they help with the cooking. Again, we would use a comma before the so. We all like to cook, but we don't like to wash dishes. Again, we have the comma before the but we don't like to wash dishes. Now, what you'll notice about this is that the complete thought means that it could stand alone as a sentence on its own. I like to cook fresh pasta. I like to grill fresh fish for dinner. Those could stand on their own as separate sentences, but our writing would be very choppy if we did that. So we join them with a conjunction. But remember that a conjunction, usually it takes a comma if you have a subject and a verb on the second part of your sentence. If we said, I like to cook fresh pasta and to grill fish for dinner, we would not need the comma there. But because we have the subject, I, and because on the second example we have the subject, they, and on the third example we have the subject, we, then we need a comma before the conjunction.